It's a jolly holiday.
Oh, you did it. You did it.
I couldn't help myself.
He told us that he would not do it, and I knew you were going to open the show with it.
I did. We have a British accent today. It's all Kelly-Anne's fault today. Hello, Kelly-Anne.
Hello.
Gower, Williams Gower.
Gower,
stage
Gower.
stage.
That's
fabulous.
Williams married. Yeah.
Williams married, but stage is
When
Gower.
she wants to claim him, it's Williams.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Are you related to
When they're
Venus
in a fight,
and
she's
Serena?
Gower.
Are you related to Venus and Serena?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's a shame. Did they one of them win the U.S. Open?
Sure.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
I want to start the show first off. My husband's out in the audience, and he is cancer-free today.
Oh, wow.
We came from the appointment just before this. Yay! Very
Amazing.
excellent. Very excellent. Very excellent nose. Very excellent news. Oh my gosh.
He's got an excellent nose.
He's got an excellent nose, among other things. Hi.
He's mighty handsome.
He is
He
so
is
handsome.
very handsome.
We have a lively little group out there.
We
too.
do.
They got some
We
drinkers
do.
out there too. Eiler, what do you got in there? Gin.
Oh, fantastic.
Been very little fistfuls there. Well, we have quite a collection going on here. We first off, I want to start off with this little vitamin tab here you have in your water because
I know that.
You know this.
I do.
I feel like a Barker's Beauty. Like I should be like this.
Oh yes. Your little Price is Right moment. If you can tear it open, pour the contents of your little fizzy tab in your cup.
Okay.
And you can either opt for, I know Kelly-Anne wants water. Is it called water?
Yeah,
today?
water.
Water.
You can have some water.
Can I
There we
try it
go.
in American?
You
Water?
can water. You want some
Oh
water?
no, that was good.
Was that good?
That was
good.
really good.
She said before we went on air, she was like, I don't know, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but that was good.
That was really
okay.
good. Would you like Absolute or New Amsterdam or water? Or a mixture?
New Amsterdam's
New
fine.
Amsterdam. Okay, perfect.
Is it gonna explode in
You
my
know,
face?
I don't know. I've never tried this with alcohol before, so. Have I?
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
They said
Jay
that
said
he
maybe
has.
I
He's
have.
lying.
At least you're
it's-
getting vitamins in it.
Yeah, there's vitamins.
Vitamins in
That's
your
right.
So explain what.
Well, we're going to talk about this right now. So, first of all, I have to say something. I was stalking Kelly-Anne's Instagram last night, getting ready for the show, thinking I'm going to find a lot of performance photos. This girl, I love it because what's happening out there? Yeah, everyone stock up down in Florida right now on this stuff.
Yeah.
Kelly-Anne is an Arbonne consultant.
Yeah, I do skincare, things like that.
Among other things, she's a little small business. I have to tell you, I have been using that product since I was 15 years old.
It's incredible.
My mom had gotten started in it. Oh, it's bubbling. It's like volcano.
Look at hers though.
I know. Yours.
That's because hers is pure.
Lava.
You have to get a close up of that. It's like
Mine's
churning in
lava.
there. I guess we're not supposed to probably pound. I don't know if that's a shot of vitamins or not, but oh wow, that's
it's
something.
pretty incredible stuff.
Oh yeah, this is higher than emergency packets, but it does. I
And
take
it's
one
all
every morning.
plant-based.
It's
And it's
vegan,
vegan.
plant based.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We could talk about it all
kosher.
day long, but I had definitely did it as a business full time before while I started House Seats, because in the first 3 years I needed to make some money. I didn't make
Yeah.
any money at House Seats in the first 3 years. I had to work doing all kinds of things, and I sold Arbonne.
Well, I do that as well.
And also thanks to Keely and our flawless skin on her face. Cheers. Let's try it. Well, yours might need a little shake around. I don't know. Ours is almost like.
I think
I quite like it,
yeah,
foamy.
it's like-
you like it foamy. That's what you said.
oh my God.
Come on, keep it
I
clean,
just
keep
choked
it
our
clean.
guest. I'm sorry.
Oh jeez.
Keep it clean.
Well, you can swear on the show. Wow.
Wow.
That's something, isn't it? That's something.
I think it's meant to be a bit more diluted than what
Probably.
it is.
Maybe
It's meant to be
I might
a
have a
whole
little water
bottle.
in there
Yeah,
too.
it's
Yeah, I'm
meant
just
to be
gonna
a whole
calm
bottle.
it down.
Oh, give
for a
me
minute.
some water.
Give me some water. Okay.
You're not selling it.
No. It's definitely fizzy.
No, it's wonderful.
It's definitely fizzy. It's just a little bit on the back end there. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
okay?
meant to be a whole
You okay?
bottle.
You okay?
Oh dear.
Wow. Hello.
Okay. Woo.
Well, I
I'm
know, right?
sweating.
You're having a moment there. Do
Yeah.
you have notes? I love you, Brandon.
Well,
no, I know.
well,
It's,
yes,
you know,
I know.
I have to say, Brandon is
Bryce is a
way more
surprise
prepared
guest today.
after. I am the surprise guest today. This is absolutely accurate.
Role
Andy Wright was going to
reversal.
be on the show. We were at the doctor's office before this. We didn't know how long we were going to be there, so we obviously rushed over. But
Whew, that's
yeah,
rough.
but I'm like, isn't that hard? That's rough right there. It's sitting right here.
It's
Yeah.
meant to be diluted.
You have both of us who have some issues right here in the esophagus. And we're like, what's
What's that about?
happening? Normally at the top of the show, we talk about what we did over the week. I obviously already saw you. We were on Channel 13 together doing promos for our Super Summer Theater Broadway Under the Stars this weekend.
Yep.
And I, this was going to be your show. So I want to ask you, what did you do this week? Because you forwarded a photo with some very fancy people.
I did. We did a corporate gig this week, and it was supposed to be for a guy named, I guess, Chris Mann, who is from The Voice or whatever, and his wife went into labor.
During the show?
No, like the night before. So at the last minute, you see her in the glasses there in the bag. Shoshana Bean came in.
Oh, amazing.
She's incredible, right?
I know.
She's so great. Bless her heart, came in. She got the call at 10 o'clock in the morning that she was going to be on stage at 7 p.m. They flew her in. Her flight was delayed.
Yeah.
She gets there last minute. We do this sound check. So as you see the flag waving in the background, you would think that we were doing this for, I don't know, NRA rally or something like that. It was the
National Restaurant Association?
National Restaurant. It was
good.
It was an Asian party where none of them really spoke any English. It was very, very strange. I won't say the group name.
I was going to say it's like a North Korea convention.
But anyway, so the first half of the entertainment section was a patriotic, like 5-6 minute medley
for America,
with like the national anthem, God Bless the USA.
Oh yeah, you did post about God Bless the USA.
We're coming to America, all that kind of stuff. And then we took a little break. Shoshana came out and performed 3 songs, and then we sang the finale with her. So
were people singing along in the audience to these American anthems?
They were in the aisles.
Wow.
You're kidding.
They were in the aisles, like clapping and like going crazy. We were supposed
completely Asian crowd.
We were supposed to come from the aisles.
Yeah.
And they changed it because they were like, this group gets a little
too rowdy for you?
Not rowdy, I guess is not the right word, but they get a little
excitable,
overwhelmed,
right?
And excitable, yes. And they called them holy rollers. They were like, they'll be in the aisles. They'll be like screaming and waving. And it's true, they were, which is amazing. Kind of ironic that they were like more excited about the American national kind of songs than we are.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my feature number.
And here comes.
Here we go.
Yeah, your featured number in the show was?
My feature number in the show was God Bless the USA.
Okay.
Right?
Sort of
Lee Greenwood.
Yeah.
So the first verse is, if tomorrow all the things are gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
Yep.
Well, you know this because you're you both are performers. I was stressing so much about the first word, and then I'm usually fine if I know the first word. If tomorrow all the things are gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to leave again, my children and my wife. So I basically told a whole crowd of people that if I had to leave my children and my wife again, I would do it because I'm proud to be an American.
Because that's what Americans do.
That's what the Americans do.
And you know what?
Children and their wives.
We are free to do that. And my mom went on Facebook, was like, I thought you had this song. And I was like, well, I did until I decided to leave my wife, I guess, in the middle of the song. And my kids just like left them behind.
Were they still smiling?
And they were still smiling because a lot of them again didn't speak English. They know the chorus, right? They're like, and I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah,
whatever.
They sang along with that.
They were singing along with everything for the national anthem. They were like,
I love that.
On their feet, like clapping, like.
Oh, here we go. Now we're gonna get all.
Oh,
he cut it off. He cut it off right
that part. My children and my
point.
wife.
But
leave your children and your wife.
But in Brandon's world, if I had to leave my children and my wife, I'd do it all again.
Children and his wife again.
Mm-hmm. So in front of like 2,000 people, I told them all that I would definitely leave my children and my wife because I'm American and I can do that.
of course.
That's wonderful.
I was so embarrassed. Then at the end, they told us that Shoshana was going to do 3 songs, and we come on at the end.
Yeah.
Shoshana did 4 songs. We walked out on the 3rd song, and got out there and realized that we were not a part of that song. And she got the, if you're watching Shoshana, sorry, she got the gig last minute. So she's like got the Farrah Fawcett wings so that when she like turns to the side and delicately looks at the piano, you can't see that she's reading the lyrics off the piano.
Oh, wow.
She saw us walking out. She saw us walking out, and Jason Allen, you see him at the very left there. He was the first person leading the line, and she looked at Jason and she goes,
"Don't come out." Yeah.
She started like shaking her head like, no. But we were already out there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And so we just stood there and bless her heart, she read those lyrics off the piano like a pro, and she's amazing. And it was great. And it was a wonderful gig. And you see a lot of people that you know there. Yeah, there I am.
That's a very low, deep V you have going on.
You're welcome.
You look like, in Superman 2, the original one, where they have the General Zod people.
Oh, yeah.
You look like that. But I was going to say the female character.
No.
Oh.
Just kidding. Have some more of your stuff.
Oh, I don't.
Have some more of your vitamins, your vitamins.
Dilute it.
Have some more of your vitamins.
We did. We put some water in there, so that's good.
Well, I'm glad you were out singing Americana songs. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it was great.
You don't have to tell us the group name, but that's very interesting that they chose.
It was the Desert Angels Choir. Michelle Johnson.
This group here.
Michelle
but I mean,
Johnson
the people on this side of the camera, the other people. Who you were singing for? That's okay.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting that they were that animated about Americana. That's very nice to hear. Yeah. You also I want to plug this before. You also have something else coming up, too.
Real quick. Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning.
We call it morning. It's noon.
Sunday, what time?
Brunch to Broadway.
Brunch to Broadway.
At
Bob
Red
Jordan.
Rocks Lounge. Ashley Fuller. Nikazi Harris. Eric Jordan Young. Who is replaced this weekend by Lance Bernard Bryant.
Oh, he's not in it this weekend?
So we'll cover him up. No.
Okay.
Bob Torty and Dalee Torty, who is nominated for a Tony for playing the role that she's playing in this show.
Oh, wow.
So it's great.
Broadway.
We did our run yesterday. So you see, you can get it. They call it Brunch to Broadway because you can get the Feast buffet at Red Rock with
That's pretty
the
nice.
show.
Yeah.
And it's 12.
Do they do bottomless mimosas at the Feast buffet? I'm sure they do.
I'm not quite sure.
They do bottomless plates. I'm sure they do.
But it's a 50-minute show, 12 and 2, so you're out by 12:50 or
right
out
in the
by
middle of my
2:50.
TW brunch. Nope,
That's really good money as well.
Yeah, that's
you're
good.
getting food and a show.
Food and entertainment.
Yeah.
Wicked.
So we run through like mid-November.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Good.
You can
So
get
all the
the-
dates, you can go on probably on the Station Casino's website for Red Rock and see more information
or
about
just,
that. Yeah.
But like Alice, you have to buy at the box office or whatever. So
But this you can buy online.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cheers
So,
to you, Mr. Brunch
that's us.
Boy. You're joining Brunch.
Cheers.
We
Everyone
saw-
has to have more of this.
We saw our faces on the scrolling marquee last night, and it was kind of a spectacle. We were like, "Oh my God, that's us!"
That's cool.
Well, you know, she knows. She knows all about seeing her
Kelly-Anne
face on
is
marquees.
no stranger to marquees.
Suppose not.
Suppose not. You guys have a shared show here. You have "We Will Rock You" in your Rolodexes together.
Yeah,
you were on West End.
I'm West End,
Go ahead. We're not doing any other kind
well,
of signage on
yours was- no.
That felt weird for a minute. It's okay.
You played.
I did Meat and Scarra.
Okay,
Scaramouche.
we have different names over here. They were Oz.
Oh.
So is Oz...
That couple was over here. It was Oz and Britney, and you guys had Meat
and Britney.
So
But
it was still Britney.
Britney changed to Victoria Beckham at one point.
Of course it did.
It changed a lot.
If you have to understand that the "We Will Rock You" show was written.
Oh, it's me.
Was
Hello.
written.
Yes.
In a very obviously British humor. So when it came over here, and Ben Elton, who wrote the script for it and wrote the show, and I was talking to you about this the other day before we were on the show. We changed it to Graceland.
Of course,
was where they find the holy grail of music, obviously in Elvis's home and in Elvis's house.
And we also had to change a few songs.
Oh.
We changed. You guys did "Who Wants to Live Forever."
Yeah.
Because it didn't translate over here because it wasn't like a
no
huge
one wants
hit.
to live forever here.
Oh, no one.
We
doesn't work.
Well,
Okay.
we did "You're My Best Friend."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
see?
And then we did "Fat Bottom Girls" as well.
Oh, no, we did Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one really
That
translates
was like
here.
girls in Next to Nothing.
With the fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was one of
all
my
right.
favorite numbers in
No,
the show.
we had dusters. They would clean
There
it.
we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I
yeah.
said fans, but yeah, they were like
I
the
was
feather
thinking this is
dusters.
like
Yeah.
proper
That's not you
Vegas
in there,
style.
right? That's not you in there. That's not you.
No,
in
that's
that,
me in Sensual Dreams.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sensual Dreams.
That was at the Hippodrome in
Sensual Dreams.
Leicester Square. Yeah, Central Dreams.
Yeah, so
it's like a burlesque.
So
show.
run us down on your West End resume.
Yeah, your career here, because it's quite varied. She's, you know.
I did a fair bit. My first job was Les Mis.
Yeah.
I did Les
Your
Mis.
first job was Les Mis.
Well, I tell a lie. I did stuff when I was a kid, well, as you do as a kid, and then I did a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. I think the cruise ship was the hardest job I've ever done in my life, because I did a world cruise.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So that meant that we had to learn like 15 different shows.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Different choreography, everything. And that really set me up for doing West End, because when I then went into one show, I was like, wow, I'm just learning one show and that's it.
Yeah.
And then, so I really take my hat off to people that do the cruise industry, because it's really tough going. And also, people don't get the credit for it on cruises.
Well, and people on the passengers
They
on the
have no
ship,
idea.
they always come up to us and they're like, "Oh, you guys should do this professionally."
Oh my God, it frustrated the hell out of me.
Just my side thing.
Yeah, well done
Yeah,
for
I'm a
trying to sing
sideshow.
last night. Maybe you should think about getting some training, or
It's so very
I'm
true.
like, oh, are you kidding me? And then maybe you could just audition for like professional shows. I'm like, this is professional.
You're like, that's what we're doing here, people.
Oh my God, the other thing they used
Do you
to
guys
say,
live on the ship?
this is it. Yes.
They fly us
Do
out
you
every
get
night
a
after the show.
helicopter to the mainland? And the mainland, hang on, we're like 7 days away from the nearest place.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
It's
You
ridiculous.
just go with that. You just go with that.
People are.
I know.
People are dumb.
Also, I used to get told off for my voice being too loud because someone was trying to read their book in the auditorium. I was like, oh, for God's sake. But anyway, so I really take my hat off to people who do the cruise industry.
Absolutely.
And we've had quite a lot of guests on here who've done cruise ship stints for. You did one?
I did 4 back in my
back in your
20s.
day. Sure.
They're the
Back in the 90s.
of teaching you.
I think so too. Like, and I do believe that most of us in this career, in the professional career, have done them.
Yeah.
At least have done one. And like she said, you have to learn 3 or 4 shows, and it's
Mine
an
was
easy
15.
it's an easy life.
Yeah.
It's an easy life because you're like going out and you get to ports and you go out and do this, but it's not unchallenging.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like you definitely have to. Yeah, you've got all these
Vitamins
things in
have
your
a lot
head.
of burping qualities in them today.
I'm smelling it.
She's awfully close, that Kelly-Anne. She's awfully close. We're knocking knees.
touching knees.
We're touching
I love
knees.
it.
Yes, you're touching knees.
I'm trying to get as close as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, that's why they put me on this side of the table, because it would be dangerous.
It gets violent with Brandon on this side of it. Yeah.
So basically, I did that cruise ship, and then I hope this girl isn't watching, but this girl said to me that, I doubt it because she's in England, but she turned to me and she said, there was an audition when you looked in the stage paper for auditions.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen anymore, but when you did.
Yeah.
And and there was a Jesus Christ Superstar audition in it, and I was like, oh God, I've missed out on that. And she was like, yeah, but you're doing this cruise. And I was like, oh, yeah, don't get me wrong, but I'd love to have auditioned for that.
Yeah.
And she said, if you think that you will get straight into a West End show, you have another thing coming.
Ooh.
And I thought, and she was the other singer, and I thought, bitch, absolute bitch.
There you go. Ooh,
bitch.
look at her.
Right. I had a
Throw
lot.
it out there today.
Yeah, throw it out there.
Throw it out there today.
So I thought,
Sorry
you know what,
about
I'm
that.
going to show you. I thought, that's it, I'm going to show
Yeah.
you. So when I got off my 6-month contract, I landed straight into Les Mis.
Yes.
Tell it like it is, girl.
Yes.
So I was like, ha,
Yeah.
you see, I can do it. So I did that. So I did, I started off just as ensemble,
Yeah.
and then I covered and I played Eponine. I loved it. It was incredible. And I met my husband on that show as well.
Oh.
I know. We've been together for quite a
Mr. Williams?
Mr. Williams. He's in the
Mr.
Tenors of Rock,
Mr. Williams.
which is a
Oh, he's in Tenors. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
look at that.
Yeah,
so
he's
your
in
show
there.
peoples.
He's there. So he's in Harrah's Casino. So they're doing really well there. That's what's brought me over here.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here.
Obviously,
to be
your
with him.
husband brought you over here.
Yeah, he brought me over here with my little boy. So we met on that, and then I left that, and then me and John did a cruise together, and then we came back, and then I did We Will Rock You.
Your husband
yeah, we did.
is John Williams.
Jonathan Williams. No, not John Williams. I'd be loaded
Yeah.
if it was John Williams.
Jonathan
She's
Williams.
like, I would not be doing the show right now.
We would not be having this conversation,
Always.
honey.
Always. No, yeah, I wish it was John. I'd be minted.
Jonathan Williams in Tenors of Rock.
I wouldn't be moaning about my car costs. By the way, yeah, I've had no car for a week, but I have my car back. Woo! So I did that, and then I toured for quite a few years doing Blood Brothers. Have you heard of Blood Brothers? So I did that which is a scout show.
Yeah.
That's me there in the yellow and the little red cardie. That's me when I meant to be 5-year-old there. Yeah.
5-year-old Kelly.
Yeah. It's an amazing show for diversity, actually, because you have to play a 5-year-old all the way up till I think you're in your late 20s.
This show looks like a lot of fun.
It's brilliant. Yeah. It's really, and it's a scout show.
Explain to me, like, what is Blood Brothers?
Yeah.
Blood Brothers is based on a story of two twins, the Johnson twins, and they get separated at birth because Mrs. Johnson can't afford to keep the both of them. It's basically poverty in Liverpool, so she can't afford to keep them. She's got so many kids as it is. So there's a woman that she works for who she cleans for who says, will you give one of them to me? And she agrees to it. But the devil, apparently, who is the narrator figure, follows around saying that basically the devil's got your number, that you've done this trade. That I don't know if you know the song, "The Devil's Got Your Number, you know he's gonna find you." You probably don't. It's an English thing. Anyway, he used to follow around. Like a good song. Yeah, it is. It's cool. He's the rocky track of it, and everybody else. I didn't really sing in it, which was weird. Got your number. Everything else I sang in this I was a straight actor mole in this one.
We'll get the Wikipedia.
Now we got Wikipedia.
Thank you, Scott. And Nick
there
over
we go.
there for more than 25 years. It ran on the West End.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
It did do Broadway as well. It did Broadway.
Nice. The Laurence Olivier Award for Best New Musical.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it had some amazing celebrities in it as well. But so it's that, and then they basically when they find each other again, they find out who each other are. There's the love interest Linda, who I played, who basically divides them.
A 5-year-old love interest.
No, when I'm in my 20s.
Okay.
Well, actually, it starts
British humor I can't get right now.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't know.
But it's a really good thing. But if I give it away, they both get shot in the end. They shoot each other.
Okay, so it's a happy story.
It's a happy story. It's a bit like Les
It's not going to make it to the Smith Center anytime soon, so we haven't spoiled the show for everyone.
Everything I've done seems to be not that happy.
It's the next season that they have.
But what is happy that you're here now with your husband in Tenors of Rock, which is an amazing show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
And you are over here, and we have to say that you're over here on a visa, so you're performing and you're lending your time.
I do voluntary service.
You do all volunteering. Voluntary service for performing.
Well, I'm doing. Because they asked me about if I'd push my services for raise money for charity, for fundraising.
Right.
So I've used my credits in order to help for charity, voluntary service.
And that's wonderful. And you're not a stranger to House Seats Presents.
No, I'm
she is not.
No,
oh, look at you with your
I've done
cards.
Charity as well for that.
I love Brandon
voluntary for them
keeping it on.
again.
Speaking of raising money, because I was supposed to be a part of the Rolling Stones, and something happened and I couldn't do it. But
he was singing for a Korean group that night.
Oh right, okay, yeah, of course. I'm making a lot of
the reverse words of Lee Greenwood's song.
I was singing the wrong lyrics somewhere in town.
Cool.
But so what song did you sing for Rolling Stones?
Brown Sugar.
Okay.
Ooh. And I was learning it, and my little boy who's 3 knows it off by heart now.
Oh, of course.
He loves Brown, and he
does.
goes, "That's the Rolling Stones." So yeah,
that's awesome.
He loves it.
And that was at House of Blues, and we should plug. We're coming up with the next one. We're doing the Beatles on September 30th at the House of Blues.
I'm doing that one as well. I am.
Well,
do you know?
She's part of the British invasion for us too.
Should we tell?
Lovely Rita.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I've got to come up with a cool version of it, but yeah.
She's also singing with us on this Sunday at Broadway Under the Stars for Super Summer Theater, lending her talents for that. Out in there.
Have you been out there before?
No.
You haven't?
I haven't been to the theatre side of it. I've only been to visit it with my son.
Like to see the
actual park.
Yeah.
I have to say it's spectacular.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful, like the stage and the setting, and the
setting is amazing.
They usually don't start till the sun goes down over the mountain because
there's your times right here.
There's your times right there.
There it is right there. 6:45 on Sunday. Bring a blanket. It'll be chillier on Sunday apparently because it's only going to be 9.
Food will be provided by
DW
Bistro.
Bistro.
Yeah.
And if you come to the 5:00 reception and you pay for that first, you get some nice little goodies no one else gets. Ooh. Oh, and then you get like these little fizzy taps. 6 o'clock you get with
dilute
vodka.
it.
Yeah, there's not. I think Brandon's had this bottle too long in the last few shows.
Oh my word!
Scott might need some more alcohol.
Wasn't that full before we
I think
started?
It was. That's why Brandon can never get his lyrics right. And then 7 o'clock starts the performance.
That's why my glass is so empty right now.
Wow, you're doing good. I had to dilute mine big time because it was hurting.
Yeah,
it's hurting.
it needs to.
This is not meant for vodka. Everyone, do it with water. It's fair.
Yes.
It's fair with water.
Life lessons.
We have the lovely Travis Clore on there, and Kelly and Clint Holmes are there together too. Randall Keith, who's been on the show, and you are doing. We won't tell the numbers, but I want to say that when Andy did the auditions, it was more like, instead of having the show already figured out, based on the auditions is how the show was crafted, because you guys came with this amazing talent. We caught some of the auditions the other day. Phenomenal talent in there. A lot of Sondheim in there. Thank you.
Only 2.
Oh, well, I guess that's all I heard.
A lot.
Well, I kept hearing the numbers, and I was like, what is that called?
Another
100 people? I love that song.
Oh, you know what? I lied. There's 3 because the guest star too.
Okay. So can't give it all away. But I love Sondheim. So Sondheim Under the Stars will be beautiful. And when you're out in that setting, eating pesto tort from DW at the concession stand, you will have it buying a blanket with a DW logo on it to wrap yourself in.
Oh,
Sounds like a
wow.
really good idea.
Yeah, that does.
With Arbonne Fizzy Tabs.
Yeah,
I've seen some special shows out there.
Yes.
Oh, you they just did
Some
In the
special
Heights,
shows?
didn't they?
I didn't make
get
In
to
the
that?
Heights. I didn't get to see it, and I'm
You didn't
so
make-
bummed
yeah.
that I did. But I've seen some special shows out there. But
special.
the atmosphere it's and you'll see this when you go out there. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. I don't care what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It's like
We have
it's
live band for this one. I mean, it's music, literally under the stars. If you want to see
There are
Vegas
50
at night when you can see stars, it's
there are
out there.
50 of you guys, right?
Over 50 in the cast.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot to say.
Kids,
Wow.
dancers, everybody.
That's amazing.
Very well represented for the community. I mean, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. Tickets are only $15 for GA. If you're a House Seats member, you can get them for $10 by going to houseseatspresents.com. Why am I plugging like crazy? Houseseatspresents.com. Do it by today, and you have discounts on all 3 of those levels. And you get all the money goes to Super Summer Theater.
Yep. That's
Theater.
I'm
Sorry. I'm
fundraising
trying
again.
not to do a British accent while I'm talking to
It's
you.
quite funny,
very,
though.
You did really well,
difficult.
though. Like you
Very-
started out. and
You did start out a bit Eliza Doolittle.
Did you also? I want to know. Did you also audition for Mary Poppins, the one that rolled the Emily Blunt got? Did you do that? Did I hear that?
No.
Damn it!
I did Les Mis movie.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did that.
how was that?
Now tell us about
Do you know what?
that.
It was amazing. It was
Really?
I just whistled through my teeth.
That's
Probably
fine.
my gap in my
It's a
teeth.
British thing.
It's a British. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. He is like incredible.
Isn't he the nicest,
Like
sweetest
so
person
nice.
ever? And
every
he's just
Friday,
You both met
I
him?
used to do
Jealousy.
a scratch card thing for every cast member, and we'd all have scratch cards. And he
Like
had
the
this
lottery
little clogs
like,
on.
like lotteries.
Like he handed
Yeah,
out. Okay.
just it would come over and give everybody a scratch card. He was really sweet.
Nice.
And do you know what? I wish I could say I've done loads of movies, but I haven't. That's the only movie I've done. But the food on film sets is incredible. It's incredible. But yeah, I worked with Helena Bonacato.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I was in that scene.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And she's so pro.
Yeah.
So pro.
She was Ternadier, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an amazing cast. I
Madam T.
even love Russell Crowe, and I mean, it's one of those things where you're in that moment. You're like, we've had this conversation.
Yep.
Sorry for
We've
those
got
viewers
different
who-
opinions,
We
but-
have other. You know what? He's not a singer, but that's okay.
The thing is, when you've had
But he's a jackass, and he plays that role very well.
But things when you've got people like Norm Lewis, who I've seen play Javert.
Yeah.
It's just it's hard.
Well, and your
Michael
husband
McCarthy.
played-
Oh, he was Valjean.
Yeah, your
he
husband
was
played Valjean on the West End. So
Yeah, he was incredible. I'm not just saying it because he's my husband, but he's one of the best ones I've ever seen.
Yeah.
John had a
John Williams.
Yeah, Jonathan. His name is, but I call him John.
Fine.
He had like a rocky element to it,
Yeah.
where it was like a wild animal, and that was the way Claude Michel had always told him to do it.
Yeah.
Do it like do it really raw. So yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, good film.
Yeah. Good film.
Good film.
Good film. It was fun having you over here today.
Thank you.
With our little fizzy tabs.
Yes.
Little vitamins.
I think
Everybody
I'm
cheers your
shaking.
vitamins. Oh, it's fine. We'll get you some food after this. You're the one shaking. We're the one drinking. What's wrong
I've
with
got
this picture?
Cheetos in my bag.
I know.
It's the energy. It's the energy from them.
So once again, Your weekend is full. You have Broadway brunch with you. Well, actually, we have Hennessy brunch at DW starting at 10 if you want to come for that. Hennessy French toast. Then we come Red Rock, and then we have drive right out of Charleston, and you go to the show.
So
this
you're
is a
right
full
there.
Sunday.
It is.
But
we're doing it.
But you're right in the same neighborhood.
Oh, we're doing it. What'd you say?
Brandon's one of the co-hosts for the show.
Oh, he just got mic'd.
I am.
So yeah.
Yes, P.S. I'm co-hosting the show.
Amazing.
He's co-hosting.
See?
Fantastic.
I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, I'll see you Sunday.
Well, we'll have a wonderful
I'll wear my
weekend.
best.
Be
I'll
safe.
Pull my brows back.
Be safe, those of you who are in Miami and everywhere in Irma's
Yes.
path and Jose's path and everything else. We love everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.